Okay, we're going to be doing activity number 18. You'll notice that I broke making the charts into their own video guide simply because a lot of students, 18 was easy, but the charts were a little bit harder, in particular the second chart. So you might want to look at that when we get to this point in the instructions. I won't be making the charts in this one. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and open that. And I opened the wrong one. That's the assessment. Okay, activity 18. And this is a quick comment that tells me that I need to actually move that to there. Okay, let's go ahead and open activity 18. Good. Okay, now as you know, what you need to do is right click right here and select open link in new tab. I'm not doing that because I've already got it open. So I'm going to start right here. Press and hold the left mouse button down. I'm turning the red scroll wheel to move up if you wonder what I'm doing. Getting just the E, making sure I'm still, you see where my cursor is, I'm still in the cell. Release, Control C. We've all done this a million times. Coming over here and Control V. Good. Okay, now I'm going to compress that a little bit to get out of the way. Sometimes when we bring it over, that row 1 is there, right click, delete row. Good. Now we can start following the instructions. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select these right here. So I clicked on the B. I'm going to hold the Control key, C, E, G, I, K. Okay, so that's what we're doing right there. And we're going to go ahead and format those as currency and 0 decimal places. And let's go ahead and make sure that those are aligned right. I realized that was center aligned. That was a goof. And this is why you don't do this, by the way. It just makes it harder to just eye the numbers really fast and see what's bigger. You've got to really pay attention to it. It's not as visible on a glance, and that's why we're doing it this way. Okay. And so we'll put in the D, hold the Control key down. Come on. I need to move this out of the way. I'm still holding the Control key. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and format that as a percentage. And I'm going to come over to this, and I'm going to click twice. 1, 2. Okay. And again, the book says center align. I'm not impressed by that. It needs to be right aligned. Okay. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the instructions. So I am moving down here. Let's go ahead and reformat the width of column A by moving my cursor up here between the A and the B and double click. And that just moved us out to the widest thing in column A. And fortunately, in this case, it was stuff we want to be able to see. Okay, that was that one. Key in the data, change the year in cell alpha 3, click in cell alpha 3, change that to say I'm doing this in 2022. Okay, go ahead and click on cell alpha 1. We're going to format that as 22 point font. 22 is not an option, so I will just type in 22 and hit enter. These two right here, and again, I selected those by simply pressing the left mouse button down in the center of the cell, pulling down to the center of this cell. Do not go to the edges, go to the center if you're doing it that way. And again, 20 is not an option. Enter. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and select from alpha 1, hold the shift key down to Lima 1, basically the whole width of this. We're going to merge and center. We'll do the same thing with alpha 2. Hold the shift key down, click on Lima 2, merge, and center. Now that we've got this one selected, because we're going to do row 3 the same way, I'm just going to click on the format painter, and there we go. So that part's now done. Okay, and that took us through A3, that took us 8, 9, 10, 11, central. Good. We're now on step 12. So in step 12, what we're going to be calculating is percent of change. Many times, what's more important than the number, okay? Like, maybe something it increased to $1 million. Well, that was impressive until we found out that we started at $999,999. Oh, it went up $1. Okay, why did you say that? It sounds more impressive when you say it went up to $1 million. And that's what percent of change is useful for. It's useful for showing us how much it has increased and giving us a better picture of what's going on. So we're going to go ahead, all formulas and functions start with an equal sign. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on, open parenthesis. Now we'll click, okay, minus the initial value, close parenthesis, over. When I say over, that little slash there, you're going to be seeing that little slash used more often as you move into high school. And that little slash, pronounced over, is simply the slash that's next to the question mark on the keyboard, or not a shifted, it's just right above the 8 on the number pad. It's shifted question mark. Okay, over, and what do they want us to click on? B6. And enter. Okay. Yeah. Suggested autofill. We're going to accept that autofill. Okay, it didn't get rid of the decimals for us, so we're just going to do that right now. It'll work just fine. So I'm going to click over here on D, F, H, J, L. I know it's L because I see the percent sign right there. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and reduce that by 2 decimal places because that's what the book wants. Okay. And so now we're going to come over here to this one, and we're going to find the percent of change there. And just to let you know that we're all on step number 14 in the book, in case you're wondering where I'm at. Okay, so we start our formulas and functions, equal sign, open parenthesis, echo 6, minus, should be Charlie 6, yep, Charlie 6, close parenthesis, over, Charlie 6, enter, yes. Okay. Okay, here equals, open parenthesis, we're in hotel 6, and so we're going to go equals, open parenthesis, golf, minus echo. I'm sure we're doing it the same way they want it done. Okay. And enter. And yes, we want to accept the autofill. Okay. Now I'm going to just check something. Control C, Control V. And did that do I6, G6, just like it's supposed to? Yes, it did. Okay. And you saw what I did. I pasted that in there and clicking here, Control V. Okay. I'm just going to grab that one. I'm going to autofill down, all the way down. Click on that one. Autofill down. Now, the reason that I was double checking was to make sure that it actually incremented these correctly, and it did. It knew that when we took this thing over the 2 cells that it needed to change all of these by 2, okay? So it changed from wherever I was here, sorry. Changed from Juliet to Kilo, and from India, and to, so there. Double checking all of these. Good. Now down here you have a division by 0. The reason you have a division by 0 is because you don't have anything here. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our formula here. Equal sum, open parenthesis, and that's going to be Bravo 6, colon, and that's a shifted character next to the letter L. It's the 2 dots. And right there. 27. I didn't like that at all. Colon. Okay, it didn't like me doing that. So we'll just type in Bravo 27. Okay. Autofill this over. Good. I'm going to select one of these. Control C. Control V. Control V. Control V. Control V. Making sure that's all of them. It is. Okay, so at this point we have the spreadsheet done, and you're ready to start on the chart, which is in the next video.